This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading in Kentucky. I want to show you the types of vandalism that are being performed on my property. This has been going on for approximately 2 months. It started with the perpetrators intentionally scorching the base of my tree. And as you can see, after even all the torrential rain and snow and ice storms that we've had, it's still completely black because the criminals keep coming and continuing to scorch my tree. So first there was a little piece down here, and then it's growing up and up and up and up to here. And I'm going to show you what they've been doing. This is going on for 2 months. So you can see that they're intentionally pulling the bark away from the tree. This is not naturally occurring. These are intentional slices. I can stick my fingernail in here. I can stick my fingernail in here, in here, in here, in here, here. I can stick my fingernail. These are straight slice marks with a knife. They're all over the tree, and then there's one here, 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 and these are intentional scorch marks. These are intentional burns up probably 1/8 up of the tree. But it started down here. There was a little piece down here about 2 months ago. And then it's going up and up. And here you see these are intentional punctures to cause infection in the tree. These are intentional punctures. Intentional slices that I can stick my fingernail. I can stick my fingernail in here because this is an intentional slice. This is an intentional slice. I can stick my fingernail in here, and I can stick my fingernail in this bark on this slice here and the slice here. Now I'm going to back up. It's very sunny, so it's a little difficult to view. But this is where they started. They started here about 2 months ago. It was just a small portion. And now it's around the entire base of the tree, the entire trunk, to the front. And this is how black the base is. And what they've been doing is, in addition to the puncture holes, the intentional puncture holes for bugs to get in here and infect it. And who knows, maybe they actually already infected it. But these are intentional holes, intentional slices, intentional pulling away. And every day when I come out here, more of this is pulled away and it's tossed all over my property. This is not naturally occurring. And this was a healthy tree prior to them intentionally scorching it. And I'm holding this town accountable for this. Sheriff Paul Hayes, the corrupt county lawyer, Ross Murray, and he is corrupt. He protects criminals. He protects criminal behavior. He protects neighbors that perform criminal acts. And along with somebody else, has actually sabotaged a witness. We had a signed witness statement, and somebody drove all the way to his house 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away, and sent a threatening letter in his mailbox the day before my court date with my female neighbor, the Perkies. And yes, I was in court with these people a couple of times. And the judge does nothing. They don't prosecute criminal behavior here. They let the criminals run rampant. And then they pretend that it's the new neighbors that are moving in. That while the new neighbor that moved in, me, has a legal land survey. I'm the only person on the block with a legal land survey. So I know exactly where my property begins and ends. And these criminals have been trying to steal my land. My neighbor, who has more than 100 acres of land, has been trying to steal my property across the street. He tried to do it with the former owner, who was 96 years old when he passed, by creeping onto his property little by little, asking a favor here, a favor there. Can I use your driveway? And when I moved here, those same criminal neighbors, literally within a day of my moving here, wanted to show me where my property began and ended. I thought, oh, well, that's such a nice neighbor. He wants to show me where my property begins and ends. And what he did, my property is there. He walked me all the way down the block, all the way down, all the way down there, and he said, your property begins there and goes down to the end of the street. That was a lie. My property is here, and it goes across the street where my gate is, that he tore down. He tore down my new gate. He actually tore down my old gate. This is my third gate. But my property starts here and goes up that hill all the way around. And he was trying to steal it, and with the help of Mr. Murray, who actually trespassed my property with the perpetrator the day before my court date. And then, from what I understand, he threatened another neighbor who took my original gate. I'd asked him if he could help me move it because it was vandalized and pushed into the ground. And he never returned it, and then told me that the law told him that he couldn't give it back to me. The law told you can't return my gate. My gate on my property, you can't return because some corrupt lawyer told you can't return my property? You're kidding me. I still don't have my original gate, which is evidence. It's tampering with evidence, and it's the theft of my personal property. So back to the tree. This is the type of vandalism that's being performed on my property. It's called real estate mobbing. It's real estate mobbing. They really don't want you to move because they're getting paid to perform these stalking activities. If I weren't here, they wouldn't be paid. At least the local people would not be paid anymore. But this is intentional. I could stick my fingernail right in there. These are slices. This is how they've been slicing the bark off the tree that was starting to heal. But they have been intentionally pulling the thick bark away from this tree to cause it to die. And then also because it is right here in the wires that I would have to remove this tree at my expense, but I will not be paying to have this tree removed. If this tree needs to be removed, I'm making a declaration that I will be contacting this county and reporting this vandalism, and if this tree dies, I'm holding them accountable and responsible for its removal. So this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I'm going to be wrapping this tree with some paper and duct tape so they won't be able to scratch at it anymore. And we'll see if they then do. But this is Lorraine signing off for now. Hashtag Kentucky, hashtag crime, hashtag vandalism, hashtag trespassing, hashtag stalking, hashtag targeting, hashtag karma. is coming.